guys, it's me, Celsi and Usagi. So basically, I'm on here to talk to you guys about, you know what, Inuyasha. Inuyasha is coming back. Can you believe that? Well, for me, I can't believe that. Honestly, just because that's like one of my all-times OG, a goodie anime. And it's so excited. Like, for one, I'm a little pissed because what I'm gonna get into later about the kids situation or whatever, which is what it's about, something didn't really steer me right. But for the most part, I guess I'm just gonna kind of get into what's it about, period. So basically, they're coming back with the whole show being about Sashomaru's kids and Inuyasha's kid, singular. So when I thought about that, I was like, all of that BS. Wait. All of that BS only for Inuyasha Kagome to have one kid, and then the kid's not even highlighted? Now, that's something that kind of stirred me off, like made me a little upset. But to be completely honest, they saved it. They saved it with just purely it being Sashomaru's kid. The thing about it being saved with Sashomaru's kids, in my opinion, the reason why me and Usagi, we feel the same way. But basically, I feel like Sashomaru's kids, the way to highlight that was really great, but only on one condition. Only if Sashomaru got with Kagura. Only that. That's my main thing about the whole thing, because I feel like Kagura, she had weak moments and she wasn't really a strong person all the time, just because of what she had to go through with Naraku and all that stuff, being his incarnation, having to find her own identity. But she was somebody that I could see, feeding off of Sashomaru's energy and then being great together. Now, if these half demons are Sashomaru and Rin's kids, that's too much already. First of all, found her when she was a little kid. Second of all, that means he would have to wait for her to grow all the way up to be enough to be like, hey, I can hit that. But what the heck? It doesn't even make any sense. Anyways, I'm not gonna ramble on this whole thing. Let me jump straight to the thing. It's supposed to be a quick little video. Let me jump straight to the main points. So I think it's called Yashahime Half-Blood Princesses. I think so. I read it really fast. Basically, so the two twins, Toya, I'm not gonna say it too many times. I can't remember the name. I should have wrote it down so I could look at it. Toya and Setsuna. I remember Setsuna's name because that name sounds fire. Basically, Toya and Setsuna are his twin daughters with mystery wife. Okay, they are his kids with this mystery wife, and then Inuyasha has another kid, something that starts with an M. He just has one kid. She looks kind of cute, but basically it's a story centered around all these three girls. I would have liked it for them to have a boy in there, or even have mentioned in some of the sources that I've looked at to see about the sequel coming out. I would have liked them to highlight, first of all, Sango and Moroku had twin girls too. So I wish they kind of highlighted that, at least in the main cover, because if anything, I believe they came first from what we saw from episode 26 in the final act. But then again, you had to watch the final act for you to be clicking on this video. Unless you thought this was the video for the final act, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Basically, so Setsuna and Toya, I'm not going to keep saying it because I don't remember her name. Those two are the twins. And then the girl with the M is Inuyasha's daughter with Kagome, the lovely pick-me. I'm just kidding, let me stop. But basically, so the Toya chick that I can't remember her name, she, or comment down below if you know her name or can pronounce it right. Comment out the pronunciation. Basically, she ends up going to modern day Tokyo, Japan, and gets raised by Sota's family, Kagome's little brother. And it happens after she's desperately looking in the forest for her younger sister, Setsuna. Now, I guess through this forest fire, which is said in the description that she was basically got split up with her sister, or got split from her sister in the forest fire, and then she went to find her, couldn't find her, fell in the well on some Kagome stuff, and then now it's being raised by Sota's family. Now, Whale closes up, and she's stuck in Tokyo, Japan for the next 10 years. 10 years opens back up. Setsuna is being raised by, well, not raised by, I guess, don't remember exactly, being trained by Kohaku on some Demon Slayer stuff, kind of like on some Sango, helping her brother. She gets trained as a Demon Slayer, hence the whole outfit garb that she has on, the whole Demon Slayer outfit. The only thing different about her is the fact that she has the fur situation thing that Sesshomaru has, which, honestly, I thought this fur was his tail. I thought the mom and the dad, since they had the fur, was his tail. I don't know where the fur is coming from. I don't know what the fur is about. If you know, let me know. It's on this situation where now Toya comes back from 10 years skip since the well was closed, and now she's able to go back because it has reopened all of a sudden. And she sees her sister trying to find her sister, and she's surprised that her sister Setsuna does not remember her. Like on some stuff where basically Kohaku, the whole season show of Inuyasha, he was no memories. Didn't remember his sister. So the theme is a little repeated. It's cool. It's whatever. I don't necessarily like that point. I don't really think that was cool to do. I mean, I guess it could be cool. Don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna watch this. But I don't understand why she had to lose her memories. I feel like a reuniting type situation would be really cool, because we all know, any OG Inuyasha fans, how annoying it was for Kohaku to not know who his sister was, and it was like a torment for Sango. She loved this boy to death. He was her younger brother, and it's like went through this whole thing just for in the end for him to finally remember the sister. I hope it's not nothing like this in this one. I hope it's something where, I don't know, maybe Totosai made a serum and then she drunk it and she remembered. I hope it's something on that caliber, honestly. But with that being said, I'm not sure about Inuyasha's kid. Like, I've seen her outfit. It's giving me that wolf demon vibe, that whole Koga and Ayame vibe. Ayame is giving me that whole vibe with them two, because it's like the way her garb is, basically, I cannot talk tonight. I am so hungry. Anyways, the way her garb is, it's like giving me that vibe. Like, she has a short little skirt, whatever thingy. She's barefoot. Obviously, Inuyasha's barefoot. But, come on. Kagome came from modern day Tokyo, Japan. Like, she can have no shoes on. Even the Demon Slayers have shoes on. Like, okay, anyways. And then she has, like, this whole cape thing going on. And Ayame had a cape. Now, Inuyasha or Kagome did not have a cape. So it's like she's giving me this Ayame and Koga vibes, really strong, really hard, and especially with her little ponytail type situation, they're really giving me those vibes with her. Now, Also, they made, well, from what we can see in the little picture thing that they have posted, or like the little poster for it or whatever, she has like this brownish hair, reddish hair maybe, and then Toya or whatever her name is, she has like anything, maybe white hair, and then Setsuna has black hair, from what I can conclude from seeing the photo. And it's like, I get the white and the black, because if Sesshomaru had half demon daughters, then I get the white and the black part. But the whole brown hair situation for Kagome and Inuyasha, like, I get it. She's technically like, I guess, a fourth of a demon, because Inuyasha was half. And then if you split one of those halves in half, then that's a fourth, I suppose. So it's like, I get it, but why did her hair have to change to brown? Please make it make sense. It's not even that important, I don't feel. But overall, I'm kind of really excited about it. I mean, I was excited when the final act came out. I was like over the moon how it ended. I feel like this is one of those animes that every time it has ended, which the first one with the 167 episodes from Inuyasha, when that ended, it was really beautiful. Really simple but beautiful. It felt like there should be more, but at the same time you weren't really mad at it, or I wasn't. And then the one with the final act, it ended beautifully, even more beautifully than the first one, because it was something like, okay, now we see they're together, Sangwa and them are having kids, you know, everybody's cool, even Sesshomaru's cool with them, so it was cool. And I feel like, on a side note, if Rin did have kids with Sesshomaru, didn't in the final act in the last episode we see Rin with Kaede, and then Sesshomaru has gifted her some clothes? So when did they come back together? That would be something that I would like to see, like a flashback or something of what happened if they got together. Honestly, I'm not rooting for it. I don't like it. But who else? Because I was rooting for Kagura and she died in the final act. Spoiler, sorry. But she died in the final act. Like, confusing. Anyways. Basically, overall, I'm really excited for it. I can't wait to sit down with my movie snacks, my movie gummies, my movie S vibe. I can't wait. And I really want to see what they have to do with this, especially because since they went on track of, they didn't add any guys in the main cast. And I'm not saying there has to be guys, but Sangwa and Moroku definitely had a boy. A son right after or a couple years after the twin girls. So I figured that they would add at least maybe one boy, but maybe they were too tired of that whole like brothers fighting for their father's heirlooms and stuff, and maybe they decided to take it another route. But I think it's very interesting. Oh, and another thing, so when you guys see the picture for Toya in her outfit and she's dressed like a boy, it says somewhere, where I guess I'll find the link, that she dresses like that so it's easier for her to, I guess, get more into her training or something. Don't quote me on that, but it says something like that, or be able to fight a little better or something, like, or train easier, because she's like in pants and stuff. And I can see that, you know. I'm not really gonna feel comfortable wearing a skirt trying to run around and do kick flips and stuff and trying to whoosh around a sword like and swing. You know, I'm not gonna do that either, so I get that. But overall, I think it should be quite interesting. Quite interesting. So that's all I got, and it is me and Usagi signing out.